I think everyone on the internet kind of knows that I'm like the dad of the house.
Thomas, get out of the frame. Thomas, up.
Hey, I'm out of the bed frame. Is that good? Is it good?
As a kid, you probably dreamed of having a boy-girl sleepover, but you knew your parents would never allow it. Well, now a group of gorgeous teenagers are living the dream as they moved in together into the Hype House, a spectacular mansion in Los Angeles. Every day, TikTok users like Charli D'Amelio and Chase Hudson get together with other internet stars to create viral content. But if they break any of the house's rules, they could end up getting kicked out.
And now it's about just remembering that if we bring someone in with 20,000 followers that we know we're going to blow up to 1 million, they have to be loyal.
Constant content. If you didn't know the Hype House existed, don't worry. It's only been a thing since December 2019. TikTok superstar Chase Hudson and YouTuber Thomas Petru rented a house in LA where popular TikTokers could shoot videos together. But they don't do it just because it's fun, it's actually their most sacred rule. If you're part of the Hype House, you have to produce content. In fact, everyone has to make 3 TikTok videos a day. Thomas told the New York Times, "You can't come and stay with us for a week and not make any videos. It's not going to work. This whole house is designed for productivity. And at the end of the day, it's all about getting views and making bank." But just how much money can you make? Thomas told ET that you can make about $30,000 to $40,000 on a TikTok. Schedules managed. Can you imagine trying to come up with new choreography in a matter of hours? Well, how about coordinating all 20 members of the Hype House to shoot together? Yep, there are 20 people producing content every day in the house. Now, by the time you watch this video, the list of members of the Hype House might expand or shrink down if anyone gets kicked out. But for now, the official members are Charli D'Amelio and her sister Dixie, Daisy Keech, Alex Warren, Ryland Storms, Connor Yates, Nick Austin, Addison Rae, Chase Hudson, Cover Annan, Jack Wright and his brother James, Patrick Houston, Wyatt Xavier, Thomas Petru, Avani Gregg, Calvin Goldby, the Lopez brothers, and Lorray. But the only ones who actually live there full-time are Alex, Davey, Avani, and Thomas. The rest of the squad live elsewhere, but they stop by as often as possible. Being part of the team means that everyone has to make time to create content. And while the Hype House is following in the footsteps of David Dobrik's Vlad Squad and Jake Paul's Team 10, they don't have an official leader. No one's taking a cut out of anyone's paychecks. But 21-year-old Thomas Petru does keep the manager role in the house.
I'm very entrepreneurial, so like I think of things that nobody else thinks of.
He's in charge of keeping track of everything, and that includes managing everyone's schedules and overseeing what everyone's working on. He also provides some constructive feedback when necessary, so it's his responsibility to keep everyone on task. He also handles any house-related issues and resolves any conflicts that might arise. Talent is scouted.
I feel like I just have a good ear and eye for this stuff. It's like, oh, we have X amount of dancers, we have X amount of boys that are good looking. We need someone who's talented in a different way as well.
Thomas certainly has his hands full overseeing everyone's schedules, but he's not the only one keeping the Hype House profitable. 17-year-old Chase Hudson, also known as Lil Huddy, is the group's unofficial talent scout. He's the one that got the house signed with WME, one of the biggest talent agencies in the world for music, modeling, and films. But with over 15 million followers on TikTok, Chase is definitely not a newbie at this. He knows that you need talent to stay in the game, which is why he constantly looks for new TikTokers to join the house. And he's got a great eye for finding influencers who have what it takes to become viral superstars. The formula is pretty straight. He told the New York Times, you either have to be talented at something, or a weird funny mix, or extremely good looking. And if you have all 3, then you're a TikTok god, according to Alex. No parties. There are certain rules that everyone in the house has to follow without exception, and one of them includes not partying. The Hype House is a collective think tank of creativity whose sole purpose is to create new content. Now, this doesn't mean that these TikTok stars can't have fun. They just can't throw parties. Thomas told the New York Times, if you want to party, there's hundreds of houses that throw parties in LA every weekend. We don't want to be that. But while they can't break or even bend the rules, not even once, the members living there aren't closed off to the outside world either. They're allowed to invite their friends over anytime they want, as long as they get approval from the other members beforehand. No moving in until you're legal. Chase was only 17 when he came up with the idea that brought the Hype House into existence, but he doesn't live there, and there's a reason for that. The house has a strict rule that the influencers who live there full-time have to be legally of age. It doesn't even matter if you're Queen of TikTok Charli D'Amelio, who's got a whopping 33 million followers in the platform. She's only 15, so she can't officially move in the house. That's why she divides her time between living with her parents in Connecticut and collaborating with the Hype House part-time. But even though anyone under 18 has to wait until they're old enough, they can still chill in the house and create cool new content. Newbies must vibe with everyone.
It is kind of hard, you know, like living with everybody. It is hard to like be serious at points.
Every new member at the Hype House has to vibe well with everyone else. It's one of the most important things to do if they want to stick around. So, according to Chase, potential new members can visit the Hype House and hang out for a while to see if they connect with the rest of the gang. Take Youre, the latest addition to the house. The social media star has over 7 million followers on TikTok and 4 million subscribers on YouTube. But before Chase and Thomas asked him to be part of the team, they spent a whole month getting to see if he vibed well with everyone.
It takes like a month or like a month and a half. We were hanging out with Larry before he had joined.
On January 30th, the Hype House welcomed him to the fam on Instagram. But of course, there are no guarantees that everyone will get along at all times. Thomas said, "If someone slips up constantly, they'll not be a part of this team anymore." Collaboration encouraged. The Hype House brought together a bunch of insanely popular TikTokers with the intention of creating something huge. So the whole point of the house is to make videos that can go viral and reach new audiences. And a great way to do that is by doing collab videos with other online stars. But the Hype House was also designed to support new content creators who might not have as big of a fan base as Charli, Chase, or Thomas to expand their reach. And while you're allowed to shoot solo TikTok videos, one of the house's rules is that you have to collab with other members. Unfortunately, having everyone in the house come together to create a single video isn't easy. But luckily for these online superstars, there's always someone around who's ready to collab. You break it, you buy it. The Hype House follows the same you break it, you buy it policy that some stores have. They don't have a big sign on the wall to remind everyone, but members are informed of the rules before they join the house. So if anyone breaks something that doesn't belong to them, they have 15 days to replace it. No exception. Just by entering the house, they agree to these strict set of rules. So members who are working, living, or hanging out in an area of the house with expensive stuff have to be mindful of their surroundings, or they're gonna pay a hefty price. Creators have to treat the house like a temple, and although accidents happen, members will still be held accountable for the damage done to furniture, appliances, windows, and gadgets. Minimal furniture. TikTok stars often film themselves performing some amazing stunts and choreographies, so being mindful of tables, decorative objects, and chairs can get tricky. Fortunately, Chase and Thomas made sure to pick the perfect house to film. Since the collab house is still in its infancy, the interior only has a few basic pieces of furniture. That is, if you consider 3 beanbag chairs furniture. The minimalist approach might seem a bit weird since 20 people live and work in this house every day, but the ample space makes it a whole lot easier to shoot videos indoors. It also means that there's a lot less risk of anyone breaking something like an expensive vase when they swing, jump, or do a backflip. Youthfulness required. Creators like Charli, Chase, Thomas, Daisy, and the rest of the Hype House have a lot of influence over young kids. Teens can relate to what they're going through in life, the kind of music they listen to, and even how they dress. But young fans don't just trust their idols, they also want to follow in their footsteps. That's one of the reasons why Chase is always looking for young influencers that might be a great addition to the Hype House. While talking to the New York Times, he explained that to make it in the house, people need to have, quote, a lot of energy and personality, and honestly, be a little weird. The weird people get the furthest on the internet. We hope you're taking notes. Stay motivated. Being a member of the Hype House sounds like a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of responsibility. There's a ton of work and strict deadlines. Unfortunately, it's super easy to get distracted and waste time, but that won't fly at the Hype House. During an interview with ET, Addison Rae, who mainly posts lip-sync videos to her account, explained that to join the house and stay there, you have to work hard.
Stay motivated throughout it all and like not get distracted.
Let's face it, the thing that separates successful social media stars from those who fade out is sheer motivation. These TikTok superstars know they're one of the lucky few. So if they have to stay up till 2 a.m. to upload a video, they'll do it. Thomas even told the New York Times there's probably 100 TikToks made here per day at minimum. Save the drama for your mama. Popularity contests, exclusive clicks, and trash talking are the main ingredients for a drama recipe. But these TikTok stars don't have time for that. They came to the Hype House to create content, not drama. That kind of negativity won't help anyone get ahead. It's why they try to avoid it at all costs. Creators are very careful about what they wear, how they behave, and who they collaborate with on a video. They even double-check to make sure that what they say or do on camera won't be misinterpreted by their followers, which can easily lead to drama. And if a house member has a boyfriend or girlfriend, that member might choose to avoid filming with another guy or girl to avoid sparking any rumors that can bring drama. Find your light. TikTok stars know that lighting is very important for their videos because it allows the audience to see their videos the way they envisioned it. In fact, it's an unwritten rule that making videos in a bad light is a serious crime. Lighting sets the tone and can mean the difference between a flattering shot and a bad one. That's why Chase and Thomas chose this specific house in the first place. Not only is it nice on the inside, but it offers a lot of natural light coming through the living area's huge windows. There's also plenty of lighting in the spacious bathroom too, where members shoot some of their iconic bathroom TikToks. Bathroom stays locked. The stunning LA mansion has a bathroom that's the size of a tiny apartment, and it comes with a giant mirror too. So it's not surprising that this has become the most popular room in the house, and not for the reasons one would expect. It's the perfect place for members to do a little song and dance or some serious backflips. They also love getting together in groups to take selfies. But because the bathroom has turned into an unofficial studio, fellow member Nick Austin came up with a way to limit everyone's access by installing a lock with a code. He was able to ensure that no one would accidentally walk in and interrupt a video in progress. Share your talents. Embracing your own uniqueness at the Hype House is highly encouraged. Take Youre, for example. The popular creator has a super bubbly personality, not just on TikTok. He comes up with the funniest stuff on his YouTube channel, like teaching his grandma TikTok dances, or the time he transformed James Charles into him. Youre also has some amazing video editing skills and adds a lot of value to the Hype House. His videos have their own style, and they're different from what other house members are doing. According to Thomas, it was his unique distinctiveness and talent that made him such a nice addition to the group. The Hype House was loaded with creators who can sing, dance, or are just ridiculously good-looking, and Thomas believed it was time to have someone who was talented in a different way. Would you be able to follow the rules in the Hype House? Could you live in the house without partying ever again? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco.